This video is sponsored by Imperial Gaming and Collectibles.
I'ma show you how to get paper, boy. Show you how to get to that shit, stack it up real high, real high. See the hate in your eye, but I can't tell just what you hating for. See you over there hating, but I don't really know what you hating for, bro. Never really pay attention to what they doing, I just ignore it. I don't even really pay attention, I'm Stevie Wonder to all that shit. Stop your talking, let your progression make up.
What's up, Paper Gang? My name is Yugioh. Welcome back to another deck profile video on the channel. Who are you and what are you here to do?
I am Joe Bogli here to show off my different dimension demon deck list.
Oh snap, he's got the spice with him today. Before we get started, I want to shout out to my sponsor, Imperial Gaming and Collectibles. They've got all your needs for trading card games. They've got accessories, best staff in town. You already know, Art is the man. And before we get started, Joe, are there any shout outs you'd like to give?
Shout out to my girlfriend Michelle, shout out to my son Eli, and shout out to my sponsor, LoganJYA Gaming.
Hey.
LoganJYA Gaming on Facebook, online tournaments, all that good jazz.
Best team in the game, man.
Damn right.
Hell yeah. All right, so without further ado, let's just get right into it, man.
Starting it off with 3 Keplers, 3 Griffons, 3 Copernicus, 3 Green Slime. I played 2 Orthros, mainly for the Baron combo. And then for the one of the demons, the TCG only card, Ragnarok, Thomas, Cerebus, mainly for that one combo where it's just the Kepler gate by itself. Lamnia, Red Slime, and Typhon.
Okay, so would you say that this lineup is pretty standard for this deck? Or
Very standard, very, I'm not going to say perfect, but it's a very common standard, I should say. Each card has their function, why you want to play one of them, or 2 of one or 3 of the others. They all serve a very important function for doing any combo you want. And to get to your normal end boards where you can like floodgate your opponent with the field spell or the headhunt or Wave King Caesar or Siegfried or Baron, every card comes up the way you want it to.
awesome.
And then hand traps, I only play 9. So my deck is 40 cards, mainly because I want to play 40 cards. I want to draw my combo pieces in combo, right? Like, I'm not saying anything higher with DDD is incorrect. Shout out to Pack, obviously my teammate with the 43 card deck. But sometimes you gotta trim the fat a little bit and try and get it as more consistent as you possibly can.
Right.
So for the hand, I just play the best ones of the format, I believe. Ash, Ogre, Nim.
So I remember back in the day, it used to be kind of against hand traps,
Bro,
right?
I hate them. I'm still against them. If I could play the format without these fucking cards, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. But they're a necessary evil because you don't want to get side blocked and you can't play.
Right.
That's just how the format is. Granted, the format's gonna be changing, but I don't want to play them. I really don't.
Yeah.
But you have to.
Yeah.
And plus, you like the base decks with 60 cards playing 20 hand traps. Like, that's a third of your deck. Bro, I'm all set with that. That's it for all the monsters.
Okay.
I don't know how many, so if you want to look, just rewind the video, watch it again and count. Spells, the starters, map, and gate. So, map is like the low-key worst starter of the deck because you got to pay for life points, but I will pay any amount of life points in Yu-Gi-Oh! To win the game.
Right.
Like, I'll pay 7,099 or whatever to win the game. Like, it just makes sense. They're all important, and obviously maps easy side out going second.
Yeah, so this is a big lesson for newer players especially. Life points are a resource in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Especially in this deck because you're going to take life points, but if you can tutor your plays to not burn yourself, this deck is very rewarding. And if you know all the combo lines on how you want to injure board against the matchup, this deck is, in my opinion, the best deck.
Nice.
The best deck.
Nice. Just got low representation right now because maybe not too many people know what it's doing.
It's hard to play.
Right.
It is super hard to play. Honestly, like, I've been playing Sky Striker since Goki. My other combo deck got destroyed when Rongo died. I played Sky Striker from that ban list until like the Goofy Gauntlet.
Right.
Like, I've been playing Striker forever and played Prank Kill a little bit, but like this is the hardest deck I've ever piloted in probably my career. It's just there's so many lines, there's so many combos. You have to know what you're doing.
Right.
And once you learn them, it's super rewarding. And then the going with the other contracts, one of each. This card is insane.
So why don't you talk a little bit about this card?
So this one's like the Miracle Fusion summon from hand deck, hand, field, or graveyard. That one's already easy enough to say. This card, oh my, holy tits. This card is a combo enabler with King Tail in the extra deck, Copernicus you can send it, discard it for Griffin to draw, get back a guy, and it's a floodgate. It's a searchable floodgate in your main deck. You can end your board with like the Link, Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, and your opponent can only do one of those interactions per turn. You're turning off a whole game mechanic. So like this card literally shuts off a game mechanic.
That's
like,
incredible.
It's crazy. So yeah, this I think post the Albez deck, I think a DDD version with more field spells, I think could be very good. Basically protect the castle kind of deck, but like protect the field spell kind of deck in this sense.
Right.
Because like you can have multiple fusion monsters up instead of going the synchro route. And they only fusion once per turn.
Right.
Like the fusion deck, like you turn off their archetype.
Right. Like at the end of the day, even combo decks are control decks, basically.
Exactly. If you're building your combo deck to play against other combo decks, you will not win.
Right.
But if you play your combo deck to handle the combo decks and control them, you have a very higher success rate of winning.
Right.
So, the last card, my favorite spell ever printed is 1-for-1. This is my favorite spell card ever printed in Yu-Gi-Oh! I got my very first top with it. It's the same exact one I played at Worlds in 2011. This card is my favorite spell ever printed. And it just works in this deck. It's great.
Yep.
Last card, Headhunt. This card is really good. It's easy side out. Really bad going second, but you know what? It's a blowout when you're trying to protect your field with the field spell. So like Headhunt's really important.
Okay.
It's 40 cards. Extra deck. The boss himself, Gilgamesh.
The boy.
The boy. Please gamma him. I'm really happy if you gamma him. Do not do that. Don't ogre him. Don't gamma him. Don't kill him.
Do not put him in the graveyard by any means.
Then, as if for links, I don't play the Dark Charmer or like access or anything. You really don't need them. Fusions. 2 Little Genghis, D-Arc, and Big Genghis. So people don't play D-Arc. There's some scenarios where it comes up where you can early fusion summon this, summon a hand trap, make Baron, and then keep comboing. Or if you're in close to time, you can summon him and then summon this guy, and then when you pay 1,000, you gain it. So there's interactions where like you don't lose to your your life point deck essentially because your in-engine cards make you gain life. So that's pretty important.
That's really nice.
Yeah. And then for the XYZs, 1 Little Caesar, Marksman Kingtail, and then Big Caesar. All very important for the main combo. Search the contract. This card is actually insane versus like Ghost Ogre and Battle Butler for Trinkets because you can actually like soul charge back your board. Like soul charge is crazy. Like card's banned for a reason, right?
Right.
And then Kingtail, obviously burn for 1,000. Foolish Barrel, not once per turn. Foolish Barrel. And then this card's like the Solemn Morning. It's crazy.
That's insane.
And then 2 Deuce. You can play 3. Like if you can find the room, play 3. This card's crazy. And then it's on board effect to actually put himself in the scale during the standby phase. It's really important because if you're doing one of the combos where you get rid of the Orthros and keep the Ragnarok, you can scale this and have a 5 and a 10. So you can pen summon the like Thomas or even the Ragnarok if you get it back to your hand. So kind of cool interactions.
Broken.
Yep. And then the last XYZ I play is Zeus. Not a Zeus deck, but you know what? It's a Zeus format.
Right.
Like if you can hand trap them once or twice and then give them like a really soft lock, you just Zeus them and everything's gone. That's a big tempo swing. And it's really important.
And in a simplified game state, having a 3,000 is just really big.
It's also good. Also, cool interaction is if you keep them in defense and then you let your link like they kill it, you can put the slimes from your deck as materials, and then when you attach again, they go to the graveyard.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
You get really cool interactions that you might not necessarily think come up a lot.
Right.
So the only DDD Synchro I play is Siegfried, basic a hot red. And then this is a Baron I'm letting someone borrow for the tournament today. But this is a Baron.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, shout out to me. I always hook up all my friends and then borrow cards or beat them. So I'm always willing to help out people. That's it for the extra deck. The only change you could possibly do is like the Dark Charmer. Like I said, Dark Charmer is really cool in this deck. Obviously, you can search your deck. They're all darks. But it's not like essentially important in this deck because it's not a DDD monster, which is the bad thing it has going for it.
Right.
Like as you see, like I play 2 cards that are not DDD, Zeus and Floor. Everything else is a DDD monster.
That's awesome.
They're all needed to play your deck.
Right.
So.
Now, do you want to show off the side or do you want to keep it secret?
I don't mind.
Okay,
I don't mind.
cool.
So I actually had this deck built if I did play today at the Cart Titans PS5 tournament. Shout out to Cart Titans. I came here and I was, you know what? I'll work today. I'll work at the luxury booth for myself. So this is what I would have played today. The main deck, card for card, or the side deck. 3 impermanents, Flunder, Mirror. Sometimes I side it versus like Sword Soul. And then I side this versus a Cyberse Gadget deck. You want to turn off the Link Jumper when they tribute the Devotee. And then so it's really important in that scenario. And then it's like random decks too. 3 Collector, level 4 Fiend, you can make the XYZ with it. Twin for the back row decks. 3 Drolls, lending 2 out. And then 3 Lancias. That's the deck.
There you go, man. Well, Joe, thank you so much for sharing this deck profile. I know you got to take a judge call right now, but as always, my name is Yugioh, and stay getting that paper. I will see you in the next video, my boy.
Every time it go down, I'ma have to throw down. Whisper in my ear, and I'ma keep it on the low down.